Hi, I'm Gail at Critter Connection. Today I want to talk to you about nail trimming. And this is a special announcement to parents with kids. Keep an eye on your children's hedgehogs and their nails, because it's very easy to think your hedgehog's nails are fine and they look fine and might not see that there's a potential problem. But this little guy is adorable, and he came back to us, a family that wasn't able to take him in a move, and so he came back. And so the family did the very loving thing, bringing him back. But upon examination, I want to give you, we're in my bathroom so that we have a lot of light, and I want you to take a look at this foot. There's a couple different things going on. There's some nails that need trimmed, but there's also, it looks like some fleece bedding and maybe some poop wrapped around this nail, and that can cause a huge problem. Also, if you look, this nail on the end, the innermost nail, also needs trimmed very badly. If you look at his front feet, you can see that there's some nails that are starting to curl under, some that have some deformities. If you look at this one, how the nails and the toes are starting to turn in odd directions because the nails need trimmed so bad. This back foot is in pretty good shape, but it does have some nails that need trimmed. So this is the before. We're going to give him a bath and do some cleanup and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like after. But this is a public service announcement really to parents to help your kiddos keep an eye on your hedgehog's toes. Overall, he looks great. His eyes and ears and overall looks really good, but those toes are sneaky, and we don't want him to have any future permanent damage because of nails that were not trimmed properly. For this little guy, I'm going to use a different shampoo or soap than what we normally use for a regular bath. Since he has some nails that are going to need trimmed and some extra cleaning, and he has one foot that has a problem on it, I'm going to use a shampoo that was recommended by a friend and approved by my veterinarian. I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot because your veterinarian should prescribe and talk to you about this itself, but it is a medicated shampoo that has antimicrobial, antifungal properties, and it is moisturizing. So it's going to be, I think, a step above a regular soap for his feet, since we have some concern over them. But I do want to take some time and point out some other soaps or shampoos. So these are two soaps or shampoos that came back to us when we took in hedgehogs that were not able to stay with their original owners. And when you look at soaps and shampoos and things, look at the ingredients and keep in mind that alcohols, salts, and petroleum byproducts are often very drying to the skin. So when you're looking at soaps and shampoos, read the ingredients, because you might be surprised what type of ingredients are on there. So these came back to us. They're certainly not going to instantly hurt or harm your hedgehog, and for a quick fix they might be fine. But for regular bathing, I do suggest an organic soap like our Nix soap that we use. It has natural ingredients that you can all pronounce. You know, you will be familiar with them. So it's just a little bit more soothing and less stressful for your hedgehog. So this little guy has had a chance to soak his feet a little bit, so hopefully it won't be as uncomfortable for him. So we're putting a little, and he's ready to go. So I'm going to let him, this is the foot in question. So I'm just as gently as I can, holding on to him while I kind of use my fingers and the brush to work away at that chunk that was on his foot. So the chunk came off, and unfortunately a portion of his toe came with it. I was afraid that would happen. I can't really tell if it's a large portion of his toe or if it's just down to the nail bed. So he is going to be quite uncomfortable for a while. Unfortunately, we're going to have to see if we can get that to stop bleeding and make sure it's really clean before we put him back in his cage. We're going to give him lots of extra love and attention because he is not happy. Whoa, sorry, guy. This is just not fun. And I'm working away at his toes. They've had a chance to soak, so but that tube is just caked on there. So that one came off. So I think his nails are pretty clean. And now we can get an accurate assessment after we rinse them off. Okay, so now we're gonna try to dry him off the best we can. Of course, he's not happy. He's being a very, very cooperative, hasn't tried to bite or anything like that, but as you can tell, he's got some issues with his toes. So we're gonna get as much water off as we can. Now I'm gonna put him in his bath pocket. And we're just gonna wrap him up and let him relax and settle down and give some gentle pressure to that toe. You can see one is fine, but this one's got some blood. So we're just gonna let him settle down and rest and get comfortable before we start to actually do the trimming. So again, pay close attention to your hedgehog's nails to make sure there's nothing wrapped around them, no poop caught on them, and a quick bath on a regular basis is a lot less, especially for just the feet, is a lot less traumatic than trying to fix a problem like this poor little guy had.